Welcome everybody. Today we're going to answer one of the questions that one of you had. So that question is, when you're rowing, if you happen to feel some soreness kind of on this upper inside part of your thigh, what's it mean? Is it good? Is it bad? Let's chat about it. Also, please hit that subscribe button, thumbs up if you like it, and hit the little notification button so you get notified when new videos come out answering y'all's questions. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing to note is that when you're on the rowing machine and when you're just rowing in general, this is a heavy movement on the quads. That push that happens during the beginning of the drive, when our knees are bent to when we're straightening them, is really coming from those quads. The quads are responsible for extending our knee. So as we're rowing, we push, and all of that explosion, all of that power is really coming from these muscles. So what the heck does that mean? What are the quads? So the quads are actually made up of 4 different muscles. The vastus medialis obliquus, which is right here, the VMO, or the vastus medialis, the vastus lateralis more on the outside, the rec fem, and the vastus intermedius, which is also kind of on that top. So you've got a top, an inside, and an outside one. And all those muscles come and basically are on this front part, but a little bit on the inside and a little bit on the outside as well. So what that means is as you're rowing, you could feel it in any of those areas and it's working. So I'm actually going to put a link to a video up above. Also, these links will be in the description below. But if you check out that video, I talk about soreness, aches and pains. When is it okay to row? What are you feeling? Also, really sorry about my lights creating this really awful shadow, and hopefully this isn't too echoey. This is actually my second time recording this for one of you, but I'm working on getting my space a little bit better for y'all. But that drives me crazy every time I see it, and now it's gonna drive you crazy because now you're gonna see it. All right, so let's get back. So I'll give you a brief overview on soreness, good, bad, when should you stop. If you're rowing and you're feeling like it's sore, like it feels like you did a workout kind of thing, then it's probably okay. Now, here's my medical disclaimer. I am a doctor of physical therapy, but please check with a medical provider if you're uncertain, and this is on YouTube, so it's just general advice. All right, so now that that's out of the way, when you're feeling something and it kind of feels off and you're not sure, and let's say you go a few days and it's just getting worse, it's not getting better, you might want to check in with somebody. Please feel free. I'm happy to jump on and do a rowing analysis with you, see what you might be feeling, kind of take a look at your movement, things like that. So feel free to reach out to me. I am licensed in a lot of states, so if not, I can always direct you to somebody who can help. But that's kind of a good starting point, but check out that video as well on just soreness, not soreness, when should you maybe reach out to somebody, and that will help. All right, so when you're rowing, if you're feeling it in the quads and you're like, hey, it's soreness, but you know, it happened after only like 3 minutes of rowing. First off, rowing is a new movement. That means that as you're rowing, you're getting used to it. Your body is working in a way it's not used to moving, it's not used to working those muscles, which means you might get sore more quickly than you expect. So first, start small. Jump on for 5 minutes, take a break. Jump on for 5 minutes, take a break. Or maybe do 5 minutes today, 6-7 minutes tomorrow, 6-7 minutes, and then get up to 10 minutes. Start small, start where you're at, and that's completely okay. But if you're feeling it here, it means you're using your leg muscles, so good job. But I'm also gonna show you a way for you to kind of tell, are these muscles a little bit weaker where I would expect you to be feeling it pretty quickly. So another thing to note is that this is biscuit. But another thing to note is that you, instead of just feeling it on the top or the top inside or the top outside, you might also be feeling it on the inside of your leg. Now, those are different muscles. This usually happens if you're trying to keep your legs closer together than they naturally want to be. So if you want to be a little bit further out and you're trying to keep them together because they're in the foot plates and it's forcing you into a position that may not be as comfortable, which happens a lot for people bigger like me. But that's one thing. Another is if you happen to walk with your feet pointed outwards. Now, I've got a video again in the description and up above that you can check out if you happen to do that walking with your feet out, as well as what to do if you might be a little bit bigger. Again, it happens. And a lot of us use rowing to try and lose weight or get more fit. So if you're feeling it there, please check out those videos. But if you're feeling it on these parts, let's try this exercise. All right, so one of the exercises that can really help you determine if your quad muscles might be a little bit weaker than you might realize, and it's not bad. Honestly, it happened to me, happens to lots of people. I even went to physical therapy just for it because I had some knee pain, and it turned out my quads were just weaker than I thought. Even though I was rowing, I was doing different things, I was not using all 4 of those quad muscles as evenly as maybe my body could have, because I had a more dominant muscle that was taking over a little bit. So one of the exercises that you can do to test it out is lying on your back. You're gonna take your leg and stick it straight out in front of you, toe up towards the ceiling. So I'm gonna do a side view for you, just like this. Other leg, your knee is going to be bent. 1, to protect your back, and 2, it's gonna tell you where to stop when you're raising your leg. So I want you to keep your knee completely straight. And I apologize, I was in shorts when I filmed this yesterday, but it's a lot colder today. So if you need me to refilm this, let me know. But when your leg is completely straight, so no bend in that knee, completely straight, I want you to go ahead and go straight up towards the ceiling. Now you can point your toes, you can bring your toes up towards you. This point doesn't really matter, but just come straight up, and I want you to stop when you're in line with this leg. So don't come all the way up here, then we're kind of beyond the goal, but straight up and straight down. Now, 1, if your knee is starting to bend, stop. Try again, see if you can keep it straight, and if not, your quad needs some strengthening. 2, see if you can do 1, 2, a 2 count up, and 1, 2, a 2 count down. Then you can also challenge yourself by not touching the floor in between your repetitions. So you can see right now, I am not touching the floor. Do you get shaky? Is your leg shaking? Or can you not keep your knees straight? Try and do about 10 to 12 of them. If you find your knees bending or it's super shaky, the shaky is okay. It means you're working the muscle. But if it starts to bend or you start to feel like you have to go faster and faster, then you might want to spend some time working on your quad strength. And yeah, you will probably be feeling it pretty quickly. Now, in terms of that inside of the leg, what we're going to do is target the VMO a little bit more by taking our leg and rotating our foot outwards. Now, you don't need to go all the way down to the floor like this, just a comfortable outwards kind of position, and you're going to do the exact same thing, but with your foot pointed outwards, just like this. Exact same rules apply. Try for 10. Are you shaky? Is the knee bending? That's a great place for you to start and see, hey, it's not as strong as I thought it might be, doesn't quite feel as right. You know what? Then add this into your routine. Do 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 of these. Work on gradually getting it to where you don't touch the floor in between, but rest if you need to, go back up, rest at the bottom. So there are ways that you can make this more challenging, but this is a really great exercise for stabilization of the knee, stabilization of the hip, and for your balance. So especially if anyone's got knee pain, this is a great one. But if you're feeling that on the rower, I definitely recommend you check out this exercise. See if you're feeling it a little bit more than you would expect to, and if so, then that's probably why you're feeling it. All right, I apologize for that siren, and I don't know where I left off, so hopefully you can still hear me. Anyways, I hope you all have an amazing day. Please, again, hit that subscribe button, but also leave some comments. If you've got questions, I'll jump on, make a video for you, and I hope it's helpful. Have a great weekend.